He held the answer and the curse. One morning, I woke up and couldn't recognize the face staring back at me in the mirror. My hands, or what I thought were my hands, felt foreign. The panic in my eyes was as loud as the silence that filled the room. This is how Kafka's Labyrinth begins. The moment when everything familiar turns strange, and every breath becomes an echo of meaninglessness. Turning into an insect. Is it just a metaphor? Or is it the physical reflection of the humanity slowly fading inside us, in a world that alienates us a little more each day? I invite you into Kafka's world of the unknown. But be warned, once you step inside, it's almost impossible not to lose your way. Gregor Samsa's story is, in truth, all of our stories. Waking up one morning to find yourself transformed into an insect. Is it merely a grotesque horror story? No. It is a painful allegory of the roles, responsibilities, and expectations that society imposes on us, gradually reducing us to a nothing. If your first thought is about work, then you've already grasped Kafka's point. Gregor's panic, "What will I tell my boss?" is a stark example of modern humanity's crisis of identity and value. In a world where it seems like success is the only option, failure is not just a personal downfall, it is societal exile. Gregor's transformation is not physical, it is spiritual and social. Don't we all at some point look in the mirror and fail to recognize the face staring back at us? When my father's voice echoed through the house, my knees would tremble. But that voice didn't stay confined to those walls. It followed me into my dreams. Hermann Kafka was the first authority I knew, but this authority didn't nurture me, it diminished me. Every encounter with him left me with the feeling of inadequacy, a stain that clung to every accomplishment. That is why every story I've ever written was born under his shadow. The letter I wrote to my father never reached him, but that letter was a cry. A child's struggle to survive. The words he never understood became the spark for the stories I would later scream to the world. One morning, there's a knock at your door, and 2 officers walk in. Without telling you your crime, they arrest you. But what about justice? This is the question at the heart of Kafka's The Trial. Josef K's story is not just a legal dilemma. It is the modern world's way of questioning morality and identity. We accept the rules imposed on us without question. We feel guilty without even knowing what for. Kafka's concept of justice is a trap woven from uncertainty. And this trap doesn't just spring in courtrooms. It lurks in our daily lives, our relationships, and our workplaces. I'm sitting in a cage, and I've been fasting for 40 days. People come and watch me. Some stare in admiration, others in pity. But what does it matter? By the end of this performance, no one will remember me. Kafka's A Hunger Artist tells the absurd tragedy of this world. The artist's battle with his existence, the meaning society attaches to him, and his inevitable oblivion. This isn't just a story. It's a sharp critique of how society consumes creative individuals and discards them. Sometimes we laugh because crying hurts too much. And that's where Kafka's humor is born. When the pain is so deep, it can only be met with a smile. And that laughter, in truth, is but the silent expression of a rebellion deep within us. Every chuckle is a small triumph of the genuine self, long suppressed beneath society's masquerade. This cage confines not only my body, it delineates the borders of my soul. Each cell cradles a tale of life's absurdity. "Burn all my writings," Kafka said. But Max Brod didn't listen. Was this a betrayal or a loyalty that transcended obedience? Either way, Kafka's spirit would forever be entangled in this irony. Perhaps without Brod's decision, we wouldn't know Kafka's work today. But that decision also reveals how deeply Kafka doubted his own identity and the value of his writing. In these lines, I bear the scars of both love and disillusionment. Every word is interwoven with the bitter imprints of a bygone past and the affliction of the present. It is not merely an individual cry, but the echo of a silent insurrection spanning generations. Each sentence I write holds the key to unlocking the inner doors to freedom. Endless emails at work, cancel culture on social media, burnout syndrome. Aren't these the modern equivalents of the labyrinth Kafka described? Josef K, lost in the trial, could easily be a modern-day corporate worker or social media influencer. His despair mirrors the battles we face in our everyday lives. In this modern labyrinth, every keystroke, every notification carries the silent screams of our souls. Daily, while we question the meaning of existence, we find ourselves adrift amid roles imposed by society. Perhaps we are all lost like Josef K, wandering the corridors of our minds in search of an escape. Kafka always walked in the dark, but his darkness was never an empty void. It always carried a small spark of hope. As Walter Benjamin said, Kafka's works are a paradox of hope emerging from hopelessness. Perhaps the way out isn't at the end of the labyrinth. It's in the moment we choose to rise every time we fall. Kafka's message is simple. To struggle is the purest form of existence. And we, amid this profound darkness, learn to rise anew with every fall. Hope, like a tender sprout, slowly emerges in the most unexpected moments. Perhaps true freedom lies in making peace with the darkness and nurturing that small light within us. Our inner journey is the quest to uncover the beauty hidden deep in despair. In the end, getting lost in Kafka's world might be the best way to find ourselves. Maybe we're not supposed to escape the labyrinth. Maybe the solution is to make it our own world. This journey marks the beginning of an endless quest. With each step, as the hidden hopes within our hearts blossom once more, we draw nearer to our inner liberation. Kafka's world does not shatter us. Rather, it gathers our broken fragments and beckons us toward an entirely new mode of existence. This invitation is the purest form of hope, for to struggle is, in essence, to truly be.
Some stories end not with answers, but with echoes. Soft, uncertain, like footsteps fading into mist. And yet somewhere between ink and silence, you feel it. A beginning, waiting in the dark. This is where we meet again. The ink and iron.